Who Says Elephants Can't Dance? By Louis Gerstner, read by Edward Herrmann, with an introduction read by Louis Gerstner. This book is dedicated to the thousands of IBMers who never gave up on their company, their colleagues, and themselves. They are the real heroes of the reinvention of IBM.
I'm Lou Gerstner. This is not my autobiography. I can't think of anyone other than my children who might want to read that book, and I'm not 100% sure they would either. However, in the spirit of trying to provide some contextual background for my views, what follows is a brief historical perspective. I was born on March 1st, 1942, in Mineola, New York, the county seat of Nassau County, Long Island. My father started work as a milk truck driver and ultimately became a dispatcher at the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company. My mother was a secretary, sold real estate, and eventually became an administrator at a community college. Along with three brothers, one older, two younger, I lived in the same house in Mineola until I left for college in 1959. We were a warm, tightly knit, Catholic, middle-class family. Whatever I have done well in life has been a result of my parents' influence. My father was a very private man with a great love of learning and inner strength that needed no approbation or reinforcement from broader audiences. My mother was enormously disciplined, hard-working, and ambitious for all her children. She drove us toward excellence, accomplishment, and success. Education was a high priority in the Gerstner household. My parents remortgaged their house every 4 years to pay for schooling. I attended public grade school, then Chaminade, a Catholic high school in Mineola. I graduated in 1959 and was almost on my way to Notre Dame when Dartmouth College offered me a substantial scholarship. It was a major benefit for our family finances, so I packed off to Dartmouth in September 1959 without ever having set foot on its campus. 4 years later, I graduated with a degree in engineering science. I immediately went to Harvard Business School for 2 years. Back then, one could leave undergraduate school and go directly to business school, a practice that has since, for the most part, been abandoned by business schools. Then, at the tender age of 23, I emerged from Harvard and went into business. I joined the management consulting firm of McKinsey & Company in New York City in June 1965. My first assignment was to conduct an executive compensation study for the Saucony Mobile Oil Company. I'll never forget my first day on that project. I knew nothing about executive compensation and absolutely nothing about the oil industry. Thank goodness I was the low man on the totem pole, but in the McKinsey world, one was expected to get up to speed in a hurry. Within days, I was out meeting with senior executives decades older than I was. Over the next 9 years, I advanced to the level of senior partner at McKinsey. I was responsible for its finance practice and was a member of its senior leadership committee. I was the partner in charge of 3 major clients, 2 of which were financial services companies. The most important thing I learned at McKinsey was the detailed process of understanding the underpinnings of a company. McKinsey was obsessive about deep analysis of a company's marketplace, its competitive position, and its strategic direction. When I reached my early 30s, it became clear to me that I didn't want to stay in consulting as a career. Although I enjoyed the intellectual challenge, the fast pace, and the interaction with top-ranking senior people, I found myself increasingly frustrated playing the role of an advisor to the decision-makers. I remember saying to myself, I no longer want to be the person who walks into the room and presents a report to a person sitting at the other end of the table. I want to be the person sitting in that chair, the one who makes the decisions and carries out the actions. Like many other successful McKinsey partners, I had gotten a number of offers to join my clients over the years, but none of the proposals seemed attractive enough to make me want to leave. In 1977, however, I received and accepted an offer from American Express, which was my largest client at that time, to join it as the head of its travel-related services group. Basically,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?